Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to put together a little pick a card. I am currently reading through Julia Cameron's The Artist Way and doing the 12-week course for just opening myself up more creatively and spiritually. And something that came up for me when I was doing my studies and stuff was doing pick cards for artist prompts. I think that'd be really, really fun. So I dealt these out yesterday, put them aside, did not have time yesterday to actually film this, so here I am. And we're gonna do a pick a card. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I placed some minerals and gems below if any catch your eye, but I would say close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and choose the one that you feel pulled to energetically. Like it should come from like almost like your chest, like your heart is like tied to one of these the most. And that should give you the most accurate, or in this case, the most inspiring reading. I really have no idea what to expect. This is my first time ever doing a pick a card. So I'm really excited. So take your time, look at the cards, pause the video if you need to, and then check the timestamp below for your group. Alright, so let's move this back. You can see my little camera there. Oh, there's some of my art too. That's funny. Okay, sorry. So 3. I'll put 2 up here. 2. So group number 1. Let's see. The world. Ooh, that light is not good. I'm gonna really have to figure out different lighting if I want to keep doing this. But that's okay. Let me. Oh no, my screen's going crazy. Sorry. Alright. So let's look at just the first tarot cards first. I put tarot cards from 2 separate decks in. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting from these cards is go for something that has like an all-encompassing emotion or dream about it. With the Chariot here, that's like about outer strength. This is about, you know, your dreams and your desires. Page of Swords is all about like beginning with your ideas, and he's looking over at the dreams and desires. And normally this card would kind of indicate like that not all your wishes may actually be good for you. Like you see like, oh, there's a snake here, and but there are gems, and it's like maybe you're kind of aimless in like what you're seeking, but you could go very dark or light with this, is what I feel. Dark and light. Yeah. And maybe it has to do something with completing something that you've put off for a while. Maybe it's a project that you've been like dreaming about doing, and you start it and it really feels like, wow, like I'm really on the right path to do this. Yeah, let's pull more cards. You can tell I have no system. That's okay though. Okay, I'm just going to lay them flat. So let's do the empath cards next. Non-duality and containers. That's so interesting that we got non-duality when we have this like very like dual card here. So maybe thinking of things more as the whole, not how things are different. And containers, this might be a block. This seems like a block. That you're trying to categorize yourself into one way or another, as far as like being an artist or a creator. And maybe it reflects back to here that there is like a non-duality, like it is all one thing. It is all one thing. Okay. And then we have the other tarot cards. So we have the King of Cups, which is all about like mastering your emotions. And then we have the Strength card. Those are really pretty. So the Strength is all about like taming the beast. And this, you know, that's kind of the same. I feel like these two people work together. You know, like they tame the beast, and then he has a very like authoritative way over managing his emotions. Like he's very okay with like and comfortable with being like an emotional type of person. So tapping into emotion, maybe connecting to that side of yourself. Maybe that's what the world is like, because we have people and animals. Maybe it's something to do with connecting to animals that you like, or putting people with animals to tell a story. I really like these. I love how they're together like this. Okay, and then two last cards. This is an archetype card, the Fool. Light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at the absurdity and hypocrisy. And then shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. So that's like really fitting actually with fearlessly revealing emotion. That's like King of Cups right there. Put these to the side here. And then we have Andy Warhol for our Artist Oracle card. This is the newest deck that I have gotten. I got it for Christmas, and yeah, I'm really excited to use it. So the idea with this Oracle deck is their like philosophy, their inspiration, and like their way of living or something like that. So Andy Warhol is eat dessert before dinner, give your 15 minutes some time, and wanting can be better than having. So that's really interesting with this, like using your wanting to create maybe like a world or a story that doesn't exist otherwise. I feel like it's definitely like a fantasy type thing. Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm gonna pull. I have Monology just like for general advice. We'll shuffle. See what comes out. That one really did. Okay. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. So this is your commitment to your emotional truth and your dreams and desires as an artist. It's saying go for it, because if you do, it will be blessed by the universe, essentially. It's being encouraged. But only if you're committed. Only if you're committed. Yeah. All right. That was group number 1. Hope you liked your reading. Please let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below, and what stood out for you, or what projects you might make from this reading, what inspired you, even if it's just colors or shapes or one card that just really stuck out. It was meant for you to see it so you could create something amazing from it. So thanks for watching, and now to group number 2. Alright, group number 2. Rose quartz. Oh, this was pyrite before on group 1, by the way. Rose quartz. So let's see. We'll start with the tarot. And there's one extra for this, so I'll put them down here. Alright. Okay, this I feel like is all about duality. So these two cards being next to each other, it's like if you pull off the blindfold, you can see like the abundance and the beauty and appreciate all your success around you already. Like you already have so much to be grateful for, and yeah, and it's like already around you. It's just a matter of taking the blindfold off. This is like you're getting in the way, you're getting in your own way of your own happiness. And maybe you're attached to kind of like the material version, or like the, I guess not material, what's the word I'm thinking of, the physical bounds of like what you think it means to be an artist or a creative person. And so you're tied to that. You're tied to those like subjective limiting thoughts. And instead, this is suggesting like reaching up to like a higher power. So tapping into spirituality, tapping into something that just like brings you a ton of presence, and appreciation, because that will reflect here. Right now, this is like you're tied down. You probably think things are worse than they are, but if you just took them off, you realize that like the bond's already slipping off. Like it's just a matter of like taking the leap, and like so much beauty is waiting. And then down here we have the 2 of Cups, which is about like maybe like a collaborator you work with, or maybe if you're in a relationship, this could be like you start doing something creative with your partner, and it's this free-flowing, genuine, emotional exchange of creativity. And then after this is the 8 of Pentacles, which is all about diligence, hard work, kind of repetition, some perfectionism. So it's going to be a matter of doing it again and again. Like you're not going to come out with like the piece or the work that you think you're going to as soon as you take this off. Like this is kind of like an in-between actually. And it's funny actually, 8, 8, 9. So it is sequential. Okay. Let's pull those up here. Those flat. Okay. Oh, that's the old deck. Adversity and future. So these are my empathic oracle cards. So it's really interesting that, again, we're getting kind of like a garden and sun and maybe using the adversity in your life as motivation. Like, this is the adversity, but really the only adversity is that you're in your own way. You're in your way of this and the future, which is all about, like, looking forward, understanding that, like, you're going to build up over time. You're going to build up over time. And that maybe planning and looking towards the future, maybe organizing yourself better so you have, like, deliberate projects so it's not based on feeling, because if you're too afraid to take off the blindfold, maybe you never will. So I would schedule time, like schedule even just if it's 30 minutes of doodling or whatever, if you're a musician, whatever it is. Just like schedule it and keep that one little commitment for yourself and fully invest in that time being like, that's for creating, and that is your purpose in that moment. And each piece you make will be perfection in itself. And yeah, don't get too attached to the shoulds or the how-tos or what you think makes an artist. It's like a lot of liberation here. There's liberation, but then in order to be successful from it, it involves hard work. Okay, the other tarot, we have the Knight of Wands, which is all about doing, all about action. So there is that underlying energy. There is like that, this already is like in your mind, like, okay, I just need to do it. I just need to do it. I need to go forward. I need to take action. I need to put these creative ideas out there. I need to make a plan. Yeah, it's a great card. And then coming home. It's going to feel like home. It's going to feel like the best place to be. Full of life, full of love, full of things that you've worked on. Oh, also interesting, I didn't notice this earlier. I mean, I did sequentially, but then look, it's the Pentacles and then this. So hard work will lead to that abundance. I didn't really even connect that earlier. But yeah, the Four of Wands is all about home, and it doesn't need to be like your home. It's like the home in your heart, where it feels like you're doing the most for your higher self, not getting too caught up in the material, and focusing on making the things that you believe are holding you back into the things that bring you into the future and make you successful. And then we have the attribute card, or archetype card. Detective. Light attributes great powers of observations, intuitions, desire to seek out the truth. And the shadow attributes voyeurism, falsifying information. So this could be like a way of calling to yourself. This actually, I feel like this is saying, like, pay attention to yourself. Like, pay attention to, like, exactly how you are influencing your future by, like, having these kind of beliefs. And if you watch yourself, you might be able to see what is actually blocking you, and it might just be yourself, or it might be like something, there's a belief in you that, like, was said from, like, an old teacher, and, like, so go back and, like, really sit in that, find the moment where, like, maybe you felt like you weren't worthy, or that your work wasn't good enough or anything like that, and find it, and, like, and take off the blindfold yourself. Now my speakers are making really wacky noises, so I'm gonna we have Filippo Marinetti. Forward march, looking backward ensures a broken neck. So this is all about like moving forward. Your art should wage war. So maybe you're waging war on your past beliefs, like your past self, and the only constant will always be contradiction. So there will always be something that is the opposite of what you think. Like there will always be the devil and the angels. Like you have to understand that there will always be that kind of like the person who wants to keep the blindfold on and the person who wants to take it off and enjoy it. And you have to choose which one that you want to be. All right, that was group number 2. If you liked your reading, let me know. Let me know what stood out for you, what you might take from it as far as your creative endeavors. I'd love to know. And yeah, I'm gonna get to group number 3. Oh, I forgot. Group number 2, we're not done. Oh, and I think I left, I accidentally left that one in from group 1. I'm going to pull just like a general advice card. Don't let your past hold you back. Wow. I don't think that could be like any more perfect. That's actually really crazy. Don't let your past hold you back. Beautiful. All right. Thank you for watching. Group number 3. Here we go. Start with the tarot. Victory. New ideas. New way of making money. Lots of change and action and movement. Embracing the new and the spontaneity in you. And being very proud of what you have. Okay. This is like this is all about like new beginnings and like starting from a place that feels very like I've already established myself, like I'm already successful in these ways. How can I use that to spring on new ideas, to make new opportunities? Like you have resources behind you at this point that will help you carry your successes into the future. And it's going to take a ton of action. This is all about movement, action. Oh, excuse me. Take a little sip of my coffee. Movement and action. And then I would say like embrace the place, embrace the mindset of the Fool for your art. So you've come from a place of success, but in order for you to like really appreciate what you have and what you will succeed through putting these new ideas and these new actions into motion, you will be so happy with like where you are. Like this guy is sitting, he's stable, he's surrounded by the things that he's worked for and he's proud of, and that comes after embracing kind of this like freedom and innocence and foolishness. Yeah, that's great. Very positive. I'll put this guy, put him here. Alright. So now we got the empathic cards, chaos, which is very tied to that, and timeline. So this is saying to me, these kind of go opposite, and look at the colors. Like the colors are exactly the same. That's really interesting. So you need to embrace the chaos of the Fool, but there needs to be like a plan. There needs to be a plan. So there needs to be a concrete view into the future, or a concrete vision of the piece, in order for you to fully embrace chaos. Maybe this is even like polishing up on technical skills so that you can embrace the chaos. Maybe this is saying like you've learned a lot, try to find a new idea from that, put it into motion, embrace the spontaneity of the Fool, and yeah, the chaos is it's right here. The timeline is like between here. That's what it is. So you need a timeline from the place of the Fool in order for this to be your outcome. So planning is very important. Even though you've been successful, it's important to lay out your plans. And when I say successful, I want to clarify that everyone's successful is something different. Your successful could be drawing a nose that you really like for the first time, or it could be getting a picture in a magazine, or there's all sorts of different ways of being successful. This is specific to you and where you're at in your creative journey, because everyone has a valid and ongoing creative journey. So let's pull the tarot. The Star. Wow. And the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. What is... this is all about childhood. So this ties into... I'm not used to reading off these cards. I'm used to the Rider-Waite Tarot, but so this is about like embracing like the child, like the chaos of being a child. Like this is just like chaos. Like just be messy. Like just go for it. Think of things that maybe you wanted to do as a kid that you never got to do, and maybe those will bring you to like these new creative places. But then the like adult part of you needs to make sure there's a schedule. And the Star is like that you have like a guiding light through your creativity. Like everyone does, because we all come from the same place, like the source of creativity. So we're all innately creative, but this means that you're being like guided towards something, and to use both your spirituality and your groundedness and connection to earth and the senses and all that to inspire yourself. And when you feel lost, think that like just know that there is a full force of creative energy behind you, and you can always tap into that. Okay, then we have the Poet. Light attribute expresses soul insights in symbolic language, and shadow attribute turns a lyric gift into a negative or destructive effect. So this might be something with words, actually. Like you might be a poet. You might be a poet. This could be like maybe republishing something from like your childhood, or exploring a medium from your childhood that you never have, or incorporating like just words into your art somehow. Symbolic language. Okay, and then we have Leonardo da Vinci. I'm not a Renaissance man, I'm a Renaissance man. Dissect what makes us human and look into research like you would a crystal ball. I really like that. Dissect what makes us human. That's very interesting. Okay, and then let's pull just an overall, like, oh, it's two there. Just need one card. An overall advice for group number 3, or a reminder. Emotions are running high. Okay. It's interesting because I didn't get too much emotion in this reading, but maybe this is something that's like underneath that you need to like kind of pay attention to. Maybe it's something like once you do get emotional, you can make something spectacular out of it by, you know, using the chaos of an emotion into a piece with direction. Yeah. Cool. Well, there you go, group number 3. I hope you liked your reading. Please let me know what you thought and what you make after seeing all these different ideas and prompts. Let me know what connected, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like, all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.